This video, and possibly every video for the past 5 years, has been made possible by Dragonclaw Computers. Any design, any budget, made just for you. Visit dragonclawcomputers.org and mention joshscorcher at checkout and receive a free autographed PNY flash drive.
Hi, this is the Fiery Joker.
Beard!
Okay, that's it. It's coming off.
No, I liked it! What have you done?
Because 90% of the comments on my past few videos have been nothing but, oh, he has a beard! Oh, he's got keratin on his face! The horror! Oh, it's changed! Forget the content of the video. No. I gotta draw attention to the fact that he has hair on his face. It is so important. Like a white wall. If people are gonna make such a big deal out of such a tiny, minuscule, inconsequential thing, I'm not gonna deal with it.
Why do you read the comments?
Because I like my audience. Sort of.
Whatever floats your boat. We doing this thing or what? Wait, what are we doing?
Oh, the season 7 premiere.
Ah, yes, season 7? I can't review season 7. I haven't seen season 6 yet.
Celestial advice,
No,
everybody.
I'm not doing this. I can't do it. I'm not.
So, this episode opens up with Punching Bag and 50s hairdo delivering the show's trademark awkward expository delivery.
Yeah, I know what happened. I was kinda there.
Well, I wasn't. I don't know what's going on.
Discord, Trixie, Thorax, and Starlight formed a suicide squad and defeated Chrysalis.
I know maybe half of those words. Is this show still for children?
These days, I'm not sure.
No, don't look!
Now kiss!
Cause there was a spider there, but it's gone now.
On a scale of Clinton to Nixon, how bad of a liar is Spike?
He's terrible at it.
Anyways, I want to know what Twilight's doing. I mean, she's snooping for dirt or something?
Aha! I knew it. It's a Watergate thing. I amend my answer to Nixon.
I thought you were getting her a mirror, like yours.
A celebration! Why? It's almost as if I've missed something really, really important.
My little pony.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
So this awards ceremony starts, and you know what I'm in the mood for, Josh?
What are you in the mood for, Brian?
Yet another blasted recap, Pinky.
No!
Starlight, Trixie, Thorax, and Discord were brave in the face of danger. Resourceful when things got...
Hey, I don't know any of this twaddle. What about me?
You can actually get around to watching the episodes you're missing.
No. Procrastination. It is an art form, poser.
We're proud and honored to give them the equestrian Pink Hearts of Courage.
Pink Hearts of Courage? I say, is that analogous to some sort of American Medal of Valor? Is this a Purple Heart sort of thing? What is that again?
Oh, well, it's actually kind of both. The Purple Heart is specifically awarded to soldiers who are wounded in combat. However, this seems to be referencing the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is the highest award a US civilian can receive. In fact, there's a lot of rich history here.
Oh, look, they're giving one to Discord. Isn't that sweet?
No, not quite. All right, there it is. Yay!
Cheers to the art department for getting themselves out of animating that.
I don't know, seems like it would take more work to animate Pinky.
I can't believe you managed to do it without magic.
What the f*** is going on here? What are these creatures?
Give it a minute. So, Discord shows up and throws some Eclipse-level shade at Twilight's plan.
Oh, Discord, why do they keep letting him in the house?
Obviously, you should have a grand master plan for her, the same way Celestia set you on a path that eventually made you a princess.
Oh, a path, you say? A path? One that ends up with characters growing wings and stuff?
Easy, Tony Pony. No one's mentioned wings. Yet.
Calm blue ocean, calm blue ocean.
So, how's the whole ruling a kingdom thing going?
It's a bit overwhelming, but we're adjusting.
This is a huge pet peeve of mine.
What is?
Poorly developed leader characters. I hate when shows or movies give characters positions of power or authority and tell us they're leaders, yet the characters don't display any leadership abilities. This is one big gripe I have with the newest Power Rangers movie. The Red Ranger was supposed to be a leader. They put a lot of emphasis on this, yet Jason had no qualities that made an effective leader. Thorax is in a similar boat that don't float. No displays of leadership, yet given command of the entire changeling species that is also undertaking the task of reforming their entire culture. This is not a situation set up for success here, people. Say what you will about Twilight becoming a princess, she was at least shown to be able to lead other ponies effectively.
Alright, I'll take your word for it. Wait, those are changelings? What did I miss?
Much.
His name is Thorax? Oh, that's just lovely. We're shifting to body parts now. Hello there, King Chest Man.
You know, that's a very good point, Antony.
Shut up.
Then we cut to Twilight going completely ballistic because Discord suggested what she's doing might be the wrong thing to do.
Way to forget the biggest lesson we learned from It's About Time. Although thank you for reminding us about that episode. That's a good episode.
Why didn't I come up with a path for Starlight? Princess Celestia had it all figured out for me.
There was a plan? When? Between being ensnared by hentai monsters and being shoved into the dank hole of Hades?
Plan. He's got no plan. We're screwed.
That's it!
What's it? Wait, where are we going with this? Well, whatever it is, I feel the need to take a drink from this conveniently placed glass of water.
I don't think friendship lessons are enough for her anymore.
So you have an overachieving student. Sounds familiar.
She consults Celestia? She actually consults?
And there was much rejoicing.
Then Twilight gets the realization that she has to send Starlight away, like Celestia did with her.
I don't know, this feels a little rushed. Normally they'd make a whole episode out of Twi wanting to maintain the status quo.
But for 5 seasons, Starlight hanging around wasn't the status quo. Maybe we're returning to form. Anyways, Discord goes to the ponies that get less and less relevant with each passing premiere and finale.
She wanted it to be a big surprise. Just between us, she's getting ready to make a big announcement.
You sow that Discord, dude. Wait, what does he know?
When has Twilight not had a plan?
Then Twilight gets an idea.
Crikey, holodecks! First John Q. Delancey and now this. Is this show turning awesome again?
If Starlight goes to the Changeling Hive, she can help them adjust to their new way of life.
I'm still a little weirded out that these are changelings. Were they going for a jeweled scarab design?
I always thought they were going for like a fey butterfly design. I mean, I don't think it's great, but I still kinda like it, which is why I didn't feel like talking about it in the previous review.
You may be right. And there is nothing funny about what was just said.
I want to have honeysuckle nectar for lunch.
Is it me or does this guy sound just like Goku from Dragon Ball Abridged?
Starlight, how do you feel about honeysuckle and peanut butter sandwiches?
Ooh, I like both those things.
This doesn't seem like something Starlight and Thorax would do.
This is...
Like, actually a Spike? Just know exactly how Celestia spent her youth.
This is Twilight's fantasy, Spike. There is no wrong way to fantasize.
This moment brought to you by... So then Twilight thinks about what could go wrong and imagines a changeling deviating from the pack to sabotage her.
Definitely a valid concern. So maybe when she sends Starlight off, she could talk to her about it and tell her to be careful. Or she could just drop it entirely. I mean, who needs careful, dynamic characters appropriately considering a situation?
Are you like bugs or what?
You can't use that word! Only we can use that word!
You know, that does bring up an interesting point. Is that a racial slur?
Well, this is Twilight's fantasy. I mean, maybe that's what she thinks of them.
Vile speciesist.
That probably won't happen.
But it could. I can't just send her off to Celestia knows where without thinking it through.
I was not aware that I was an expression. An appropriate one, of course, for even I don't know the answer.
Celestia knows where. How is that an appropriate phrase if you don't know what's going on? Celestia, Lord knows, is an oblique term of worship reserved for the omniscient. And if you aren't, then why is everyone under the impression that you are? I don't have to go bleating about this again, do I?
Hey, she doesn't do it intentionally. From A Bird in the Hoof and The Best Night Ever, it's shown that she actually has a really informal and even prankster sort of attitude. The only ones that seem to unnecessarily deify her are the ponies and... well...
Oh, don't remind me. Continue.
Anyways, about here, we realize that the central point of Celestia's dispatchment of Twilight to Ponyville was ultimately, at least in part, to help Twilight to grow. But it seems here that neither Celestia nor Twilight understand this.
I'm sure that'll work out.
What about the dragons? I can send Starlight to the Dragonlands!
Dragonlands? There are finally dragons in this show? Oh, he doesn't count.
You ready to do some death-defying dragon stuff? Aw, totally!
You're totally dude, dude.
Don't do that. Don't do that. No. Then Twilight's train of thought careens off the rails to death via fiery molten slag.
Starlight's really good with magic. She could just stop herself from falling into a pit of lava.
What if she didn't realize it was happening? You just never know, Spike!
Why, I'm touched by the amazing amount of trust you keep in your student who apparently saved your life, Purple Smart.
I could send her to the Crystal Empire
And have her talk with Princess Cadence that'll give her a deeper personality than wet tissue?
to continue her magical studies with Sunburst.
Oh, to further develop a one-off character. Okay, that's good too. I guess. Cadence.
Is that season 6? It is season 6! Stop spoiling season 6!
Get on my level, scrub.
Of course, the study of magic is a lifelong pursuit, and Starlight could be there for a while, especially once they start attempting the really complicated stuff.
3, 2, 1...
What if they become too ambitious?
So then Twilight fantasizes the two speaking more magical mumbo-jumbo that Miss Rowling would say doesn't sound Latin enough.
What would happen if we added Somnambula's Tempus Objectus?
Oh, that's some good old-fashioned occultism.
So the two get sucked in and take all of existence with them. I guess someone didn't brush up on the law of equivalent exchange.
Is that an anime reference?
Well, yeah, it's Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, I see how it is. We're fishing around in some other fandoms for some cheap brownie points, are we? Naughty Joker, naughty! One fandom at a time, sir. Ponies! Ponies!
So then Twilight laments that she can't safely send Starlight anywhere.
What am I gonna do?
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway. Okay, that was the freakiest thing I've ever seen.
I'm laughing because I had the exact same fears you're having.
What?
Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time...
Oh, I like how excited Spike is to hear a story here. It's like kind of a stand-in for the audience, and that this is something we've all been longing to hear for 7 seasons. Lovely music here, too.
I noticed that her pursuit of academia was preventing her from reaching her full potential.
You mean it was keeping her isolated and alone?
And the Academy Award for what we need more of in life goes to Snarky Spike! So then Celestia elaborates that she carefully planned out Twilight meeting the rest of the main 6 so they could stop Nightmare Moon.
Wait, she doesn't say that. It was merely implied.
You sure you want to be talking? Mr. Chrysalis was secretly Luna?
What? No, no, never again! No, 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 no.
Antony? Antony!
What?
Yeah! Okay. Then Celestia begins to panic and imagine some horrible outcomes for Twilight.
Or what if she gets pulled into Tartarus? Or worst of all, what if she doesn't get along with any pony?
Are we supposed to say something?
I don't think so.
Was that a legitimately funny moment from the Royal Guard that didn't make them look incompetent and made them look like real people instead of mindless cannon fodder?
I think it was, old boy. Congratulations.
But complaining about that gave me life. Now that I don't have that, I feel empty inside. Don't take this from me, Hasbro! It's all I have!
Oh, hard licks, old boy.
I loved having you as a student. You challenged me and taught me just as much as I taught you. I am embarrassed to admit it, but I was afraid if you made friends, you wouldn't need me anymore.
Princess Celestia, that is so not true.
And it's about here that I noticed that there's a deluge of tears shed in this episode. Like, a lot.
What is this, Steven Universe?
Oh my word. Stay hydrated, ladies.
I think Starlight Glimmer might feel the same way about you, if that is what you're afraid of.
Maybe it is. Just a little.
Gay! So, Twilight goes back to the main room, Discord is Discord, and Twilight tries to gain the attention of a room that is already focusing on her.
As you all know, Starlight Glimmer's been my pupil for a while now, and I'd hoped she'd be my pupil for a long time yet to come.
Starlight Glimmer, a pupil of Twilight Sparkle. I still can't get over it.
Welcome to the New World Order, where all shall be harmonious, all shall surrender to the banner of friendship.
Yeah, I read the brochure.
How do you want to celebrate? Girls' trip to Las Pegasus?
We can throw you a changeling Gorb Fest. It's more fun than it sounds.
Did he just say Gore Fest? Is this the Purge?
I know a trick that'll turn Celestia's castle into cheese. Do you think it's a good idea?
And the Golden Razzie goes to...
Oh good, because I'm not ready for that either.
So then Twilight gives Starlight her going away / staying here present. Some more tears are shed and then we zoom out.
Wait a minute. What just happened? Twilight Sparkle wasn't actually going to send her anywhere? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. You silly episode.
What?
Well, see, Starlight's graduation is asymmetrical to Twilight's departure to Ponyville. See, this story really begins when Twilight Sparkle expresses her understanding that she needs to let her pupil, Starlight Glimmer, go. Which is fresh. Surely this show would normally dedicate a ton of time into getting Twilight in a tizzy and learning how to say goodbye to a friend. But no, rather she spends the bulk of the episode worrying over where to send that friend when she does.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Oh no, it's not. So far, so original. But then, completely out of nowhere, Celestia chimes in with a story about how she herself once got in a tizzy and needed to learn how to say goodbye to a friend. And all of a sudden, Twilight Sparkle appears to be convinced that this is the dilemma she has too. But no, not really. Remember, she already understands the importance of letting a loved one spread their wings to soar. But also, her mentor situation is different from the boss's mentor situation, wherein Celestia's pupil was a hot mess who needed to be sent somewhere to learn how to make friends. Twilight's own pupil is... fine. She's fine. As we see later when everyone's cool with her staying. And really, that's all Celestia needed to say. Your student's fine, Twilight. No special treatment needed. Just let her graduate.
That's true. Right up until the very next episode where Starlight literally curses ponies with her bad mood and almost gets them flattened by a food truck.
You what?
Yeah, there's a reason that earlier in the episode we see that Twilight has planned out friendship lessons with Starlight for the next several years.
Ah, for the love of Mike.
Clearly, she believes Starlight still has a lot to learn, and she stays with Twilight because she could do better with her. Now, Celestia could have just told her all this, but that's not how she rolls. She lets people grow by coming to the conclusion themselves, so they can experience the how and why behind things rather than letting the lessons become empty platitudes. She shows, she doesn't tell. And that's how she's done things for the entire series.
You're such a master of pattern recognition, I would have thought you'd realized. That's just not my style.
Evidently. Well, this was a good time had by all. Thank you very much, Mr. Joker, Firebrand, Josh. Best one of your 50 names. You have a favorite? Maybe we can start a poll?
Celestia advice, it was a good episode. Fans have been clamoring for a Celestia episode for a while, and we finally got one. Celestia was shown to have her own insecurities, and we got some more insight into her plans for Twilight towards the beginning of the show. While this wasn't as grandiose a setup like other season openers, it still gave us some direction on where the season was headed, and did so in an entertaining way. A lot of small character moments more than once left me in stitches.
Without a footing in the previous season's tomfoolery, you'll certainly suddenly find yourself sinking into the swamp of stumped. So many new characters and dramatic shifts in the status quo. And I love it! Opens this world up to new connections and cross-kingdom questing. Keeps it from getting stale.
Overall, I think we can agree this episode was satisfying. Must be lucky number 7. I'm the Fiery Joker.
I'm gorgeous. I mean AntonyC.
So, you gonna catch up on what you're missing?
Of course not. Hey, Heart Song, you done with season 5?
Cut!